My name's Mikey. What you can see here is the Talkaoke table. It's a kind of pop-up talk show. All you do is talk into this microphone um, about whatever you want to talk about. Normally, there's people around the table. I'm just going to make myself disappear, and you'll be able to see Timna. That's one of our Talkaoke hosts. Just hosting a conversation. I can't remember what this one was about. This is us outside of our studio. I don't know if I mentioned I'm part of an arts collective called The People Speak, and I think really the main reason to come on this is just to try and involve more people in what we do, because we're always trying to get more people to do this job in the middle of hosting Talkaoke. Talkaoke was invented about 25 years ago, and at the time the kind of purpose of it was really it was at a time when, before social media, when people were kind of oppressed by actually having the mass media, as we heard from a lot of other different people, kind of force their views upon them, and then they never got a chance to talk. But because I've been doing it for so long, I've come to kind of realize that it's not just about people speaking, but other people listening to what they've got to say. And I think it's been a big change for us in all of those years. It's much more as well now about listening to a really diverse range of voices and finding out what they want to change and what their idea of change is, not just yours. And it's a very creative task to try and link all these different perspectives together, and that's a lot about what we do. This project here was something that we did online during the lockdown time with artists in Uganda, where we actually try to pass on some of those skills about amplifying voices, about saying your own views, but also we heard an incredible amount from Ugandan artists and find out how they worked and their perspectives, and we learned so much from them as well. And I think that's how we like to operate these days. We don't just do Talkaoke. That was kind of the sort of like the kind of beginning of exploring lots of kind of emergent formats, which are loosely based on mass media products like game shows or TV shows of all kinds. And this is Who Wants to Be, which is slightly based on the idea that in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the audience always gets the answer right. But what about if the audience asks the questions as well? So this was a kind of like emergent direct democracy game show where everyone pays a tenner to buy a ticket, and then they have to decide how to spend that collected £2,000 there and then within a tight 90-minute time frame. And this is another format that we've been working on recently, which is making pizzas under different political systems. And basically each team draws a card. We have teams of 6 or 8, and they draw a card, and they might get something like monarchism, theocracy. I think this is the libertarian pizza makers when we did this at Supernormal Festival in Oxfordshire. It might be, they might get some other card like direct democracy. And we actually tried to get people to come up with their own democratic systems, because I think one of the things about social change is we seem to be stuck in this kind of idea that we have to do politics in the way we do it now, rather than coming up with new ways to hear people and new ways to understand people. This is a project we did in Hackney Wick. I was just about to talk about Margot. Go back. This is a project we did in Hackney Wick, where we were asked to find out what people thought about Hackney Wick. And I think the slogan says it all. But to get people in a positive and a creative frame of mind, what we did is we actually got them to kind of contribute to the idea for a music video. We never actually made the music video, but we did make a song based on all of the different perspectives people had of Hackney Wick. It's a very creative place in East London where we're based. and or we're actually based in Poplar, and it's just thought, yeah, it was just a way to get people talking in a creative, positive way rather than just moaning. This project, The Inverse Apprentice, was based on, I think, my most hated TV show of all time, which is The Apprentice. I absolutely hate everything about it, and it drives me mad. And it's a thing that really makes me want to destroy the TV.
Okay.
So in our version, The Inverse Apprentice, we did it the complete opposite way around, where we take a really diverse group of people and ask them all to work together, and nobody gets fired apart from the boss. And I think I'll leave it there because it sounds like I'm running out of time.
Yes. Well, thank you, Mikey. It's lovely to see this slideshow of all these different events. And there you are, as if by magic again.